Morning, everyone. Let me start with an important issue that are facing the American people every day, and that's rising gas prices. I was interested yesterday to see the president talk about this issue, but I think he left me with more questions than he did answers. You know, why just days after vowing to buy more oil from Brazil would the president urge a reduction in oil imports? And why would he be so enthusiastic about Brazil exploring its natural resources while the administration does everything in its power to block energy production here at home? Here in the House, we've got a clear plan to develop job-creating, homegrown energy and stop the policies that are driving up gas prices, and it's called the American Energy Initiative. This week, the Natural Resources Committee put forward 3 strong proposals to expand American energy production. The Energy and Commerce Committee passed a bill that would prevent the EPA from imposing a backdoor energy tax, and the majority leader said it would come up for a vote soon. This is important because when we're talking about energy, we're not talking about just high gas prices. We're also talking about American jobs. And by expanding American energy production, we can create more jobs, lower costs, and reduce our dependence on foreign oil. Just as our work on energy is about jobs, so is our efforts to end the spending binge here in Washington. Excessive government spending is creating uncertainty for small businesses, reducing confidence, and crowding out private investment that's needed to create jobs in our country. It's now been 40 days since the House passed H.R. 1, which keeps the government open and cuts spending for the rest of this fiscal year. 40 days, and Senate Democrats still have not passed a bill or come up with a credible plan to reduce spending. And I think it's important for the American people to understand how we got here. Last spring, the Democrat majority failed to pass a budget in the House or the Senate. They thought they could just leave spending on autopilot. Earlier this year, when we made it clear that we would listen to the American people and cut spending, Senate Democrats started their negotiations with, no, we're not going to have any spending cuts at all. Well, we passed a straightforward bill to cut spending and did it through an open process. And still, Senate Democrats did nothing. Then we passed $10 billion worth of spending cuts over the last 5 weeks. Still no plan from the Senate and no bill. Only rhetoric portraying the American people as extreme. Now, here's the bottom line. Democrats are rooting for a government shutdown. We're listening to the people who sent us here to cut spending so we can grow our economy. As I said from the beginning, our goal is to cut spending, not shut down the government. And you've heard a lot of talk over the last 24 hours. There's no agreement on numbers, and nothing will be agreed to until everything is agreed to. We control 1/3 of the government here, but we're going to continue to fight for the largest spending cuts that we can get to keep the government open and funded through the balance of this fiscal year.